First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been quite an amazing past few months for you. You actually, with Adore You, your first top 10 as a solo artist, and of course the album Fine Line debuting at #1. Everything is coming up Harry Styles right now.
No complaints.
Yeah, I would imagine no complaints at all.
Complaints.
We spoke a couple months ago, back when the album was released, and it's an incredible body of work. And I had read to you a review that I feel like you didn't know what to say because it was such a it possibly is the best review I've ever heard of any body of work, and I'm going to read it to you here again. Oh. Fine Line is an instantly timeless body of work by one of the most forward-thinking, creative individuals in music today. And I feel like that's the reaction that you were giving me on the phone. What is it like when you hear things like that? When you hear reviews like that on something you've put so much time and effort into? When you hear something like that, there's got to be butterflies, right?
I don't really do the review thing.
No,
I try and
even a glowing review like that. I mean,
yeah, I try and not get bogged into them. But which is why I like seeing you, because you can give me a nice little.
I think you actually said that on the phone too. Give me a nice little
tidbit, which is very nice.
And of course, the lead single "Adore You," such a banger. There's no way you can hear that song and not sing along to it every single time it hits. At what point in the production process do you know you've got something special with that record?
I think with that one, for me, it was like when we were writing it, and I think when I'm writing, I'm never thinking about like, oh, is this going to be a single? Is this going to work? Is this going to get played on the radio? So I think the fact that when we were writing it, we were just having so much fun,
right,
and like dancing around the room and stuff. I think that's kind of like, this is really fun, and then you get to finish it, and you're like, oh. Maybe this bangs a little bit.
Well done, me. Nicely done, Harry. But, so many incredible songs on the album as well.
Thank you.
I mean, of course, Watermelon Sugar, you have Adore You, you got Lights Up, Cherry Falling. What's your favorite track on the album? Do you have one? Can you have one?
I'd say...
They're all your babies, right?
I'd say if I was to pick 3...
What's your prettiest baby?
I'd say my prettiest baby... Cherry has been a special one to me. Okay. Fine Line is one I like a lot, and then Golden is one of my favorites.
Off the album.
It kind of started. It was on like day 2 of when we started writing.
So good.
It was like right at the start, and it just made me feel good from kind of when we started, and I just have a lot of fond memories around it. So
I had read that you said with this process you feel more comfortable this time around. The first album you didn't feel as comfortable with who you were as an artist, and you said that there were a lot of conversations you had to get to this point to feel this comfortable with this album. What kind of conversations are you talking about? What did you have to discuss with yourself?
mean, I think in terms of like not feeling as comfortable, it makes sense because it was my first solo album, so I was still very much finding what my sound was going to be and kind of working that out, which I think is a big part of why I like having like a lot of different stuff on the records. Is obviously this is only my second album, so I'm still exploring, and I think it's supposed to be an evolution each album. The one album is not supposed to sound like the last one, right, and then the next one's not supposed to sound like that. So conversations, I guess just worrying less is one, being less scared, and just not, I guess, having a conversation with myself about like taking some pressure off and just making the album that I wanted to make rather than making the album that I thought people wanted.
Right.
Which I think is, I used to watch this David Bowie clip every few days when I was making the album of him, and he's talking about like never play to the gallery, and he talks about when you're trying to please other people is usually when you make your worst work, and that was really important for me. I think there was a moment where I felt like I should be making this kind of record, and then I had a conversation with myself. I said, no, you just have to, make what you want to make. And I'm really happy I did. And
I remember you telling me that you kind of don't like when people say, what's the Harry Styles sound? Because you said it is what it is at that time in music.
Yeah, it's not... It's
not that you don't like it,
yeah,
but
it's not I don't like it. I just don't really know...
What it would be.
I don't really know how to kind of... I don't really know.
How to describe it.
Yeah.
If there is one.
Because I'd say, if I was to say like it's pop music, there's some songs on there that aren't really pop songs, and then if I was to say it was this, there's some stuff that's not really that at all. So I think the exciting part for me is that I don't really know. I'm just working it out and doing what I like and what I think sounds cool.
By the way, this room with the mirror, I feel so comfortable.
Wild.
And I feel like I shouldn't feel comfortable with a mirror because I feel like I'm in like a seedy hotel room with like mirrors on the ceilings. But you're so at ease to talk to. I don't even need my questions anymore.
We can do the interview
look at
just
ourselves?
like this if you want.
Have conversations with
go in
ourselves.
the mirror, yeah.
The tour. Cannot wait for this. And I am particularly excited for Harryween, which, by the way,
Harryween, yeah.
I walked around yesterday when I got that little tidbit. I kept saying it in my head and then eventually realized I probably shouldn't say it out loud for those that don't know what Harryween means.
Harryween.
Because when you say that out loud, nobody knows what Harryween is.
We thought about Harryweenie, and then
probably
we just
not.
thought it was probably not the best idea, so we went Harryween.
You're a pretty fashionable guy. I know you have a flair for the dramatic and costumes. What are we going with on Harryween? Like, are there going to be different costumes, one costume each night? What are we doing?
I'd say probably one each night.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll do my first like big costume change.
Like, are you going to do like a banana? Like, you're going to be in a banana suit? Like, is it going to be one of those silly costumes? Or are you going to go like...
It's hard to tell.
Are you going to dress up like a celebrity, perhaps?
It's hard to tell.
If you could dress up like one celebrity on stage that night right now, who would you tell me?
Susan Sarandon.
Susan, is that because you saw her in the hallway?
Yeah. She was in the.
You can pull off Susan Sarandon.
She was in the hallway. Susan Sarandon, or yeah.
Susan, don't search anymore. Susan Sarandon. Stick with that. Just stick with the original answer. I want to talk about this friendship you have with Lizzo. Okay. You're now affectionately known. It's like the friendship we didn't know we needed, but we're so glad we have. You're now affectionately known as Hizzo.
Okay.
What is it about the two of you that draws you together? That it's so magnetic for you both.
I don't know really. I think there's like an ease to it. I think.
Is it the comfortability that you have within yourself that you both identify with each other?
I think like she's so positive, and I try and be pretty positive most of the time. And I think there's like some joy in that, you know. I think it's like what I think a lot of her songs are like what people really need right now. And she's just herself, and I think, you know, our music's not really the same,
right?
But I think there's like a mutual appreciation there. Like, I love her music, and I just think her energy is so amazing, and she's obviously incredibly talented. And I think as a fan, what you want an artist to be is themselves, and it's really authentic with her. I have never watched anything of her and felt like she's like putting anything on. And yeah, I think she's incredible. I think she's like so exciting. I think like
I feel like there's a lot of similarities between the two of you too, in that you both feel good with who you are inside, and authenticity, I think, is something that's both very similar in the two of you. So, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a collaboration. I would hope there is. I'm not going to pressure you on that. You said maybe outside on the plaza at the Today Show. We'll leave it at that. Maybe. Moving along, I want to finish up with fashion, because I was reading the other day that GQ says you are the it when it comes to fashion. It wasn't it man or it artist. You are it when it comes to fashion. One of the most fashion-forward people, best dressed man in the world, not music, in the world.
Oh wow, I don't know about
That's
that.
high praise from GQ.
It's
high
nice.
praise. What is it? Is this a Harry original? Like, are we looking at? Are there stylists? Do you just wake up in the morning and say, "I'm going to wear what I want to wear today," or what? How does this work?
I mean, when I'm working, I work with someone.
Okay.
Yeah. But and we've worked together for quite a while now, actually. But I
love this, by the way.
Oh, thanks. But I think clothes are just—it's like what you feel comfortable in, and it's supposed to be fun. I kind of used to think of it one way, and then coming into like, oh, clothes are supposed to be fun, and ultimately, I think if you like are confident and wear something, and you're confident with it, then it's gonna look better than if you're wearing it.
If you feel good in what you're wearing.
Yeah, if you wear stuff, if you wear stuff rather than like stuff wearing you, you know.
I gotcha.
You know,
I've been in those predicaments before where the stuff wears me.
You know, sometimes you put something on, you're like, I don't know, it kind of feels like it's
Who made
wearing
this
me.
decision?
Then that's not really it. But it, you know, I think it's supposed to be fun. It's another way of expressing yourself, I guess, and you know. It's, I don't know, life's too short.
It's just got to be fun.
Should just be fun.
With your
yeah.
fashion. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a blast. Harry Styles, we know that
Thank
you
you
have
so
to go.
much.
I started over here. I feel like I just rotated this entire
Yeah.
time this way. I felt like this is where
You
the
went-
interview was
mine
going to
doesn't spin.
Yours does not spin. Harry Styles,
Mine
Fine Line. The
folds.
tour is coming. April, I think it kicks off, and you will be hitting America, I believe, this summer. July.
June.
June.
June
June is the
23rd,
month.
I believe.
We'll hit
June
U.S.
23rd.
Harry Styles, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.